नमस्कार, आदाब, सत श्री अकाल, केड़ो वाले, केम छो, वड़क्कम। आपका फिर से स्वागत है हमारे वही शो पुराने जो चल रहा है। दोस्तों, मैं आपको आज एक अलग चीज बताने वाला हूं मैं, लेकिन उसके लिए पहले मुझे बुलाना पड़ेगा पप्पी ठाकुर सर को। तो मैं स्वागत करूंगा पप्पी ठाकुर सर, बैंकॉक से। सर
नमस्ते
नमस्ते।
प्रेम, हाउ आर यू?
आई एम गुड सर।
जी
आप
जी
कैसे हो?
जी।
कैसा है वहाँ बैंकॉक में आज?
बैंकॉक में स्टिल थोड़ा सीरियस है, पर लेकिन बेटर होते आ रहा है। लॉकडाउन है, लॉकडाउन की वजह से काफ़ी लोग घरों में हैं और नंबर्स पहले बढ़ गए थे, अभी कम हो रहे हैं। तो इंशा बहुत बहुत जल्दी अच्छा हो जाएगा सब।
सर मैं चाहूंगा कि आज की शुरुआत आप जैसे हर बार करते हो प्रार्थना से। पहले आप प्रार्थना कर दो, फिर मुझे कुछ
जी
आपसे पूछना है। उसके बाद फिर हम अपने आज के गेस्ट को बुलाएंगे।
जी। लेट मी रिसाइट वन प्रेयर, प्लीज जॉइन मी। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। प्रेम,
जी
दो
सर।
दिन पहले क्या बोलते हैं, ये रक्षाबंधन का दिन था, बहुत
बिल्कुल।
पवित्र दिन था। तो आप उस दिन में आपका एक एल्बम भी रिलीज हुआ था, उसकी बधाई हो।
थैंक यू सो मच सर। वो सिर्फ मेरा नहीं है, पूरे सिंधी समाज का है।
जी
और हमारे सिंधी समाज के जो लेजेंड थे मास्टर चंद्र साहब,
जी
जैसे मैं पहली बार भी बोला है मैंने सर, बहुत बार ये चीज मैंने बताई है, ऑडियंस को भी बताई है, और मेरे जो भी मेंटर्स हैं, मुझे ऐसा लगता है सर कि अगर ये डिग्निटीज नहीं होते, ये लेजेंड्स नहीं होते, जैसे
जी
मास्टर चंद्र साहब है, फिर मास्टर कवि रंजन, फिर आजाद सूफी सर हैं, फिर दादा राम पंजवानी, अगर वो कुछ गा के नहीं जाते तो हम क्या खाते? अगर उनके
जी
गाने नहीं होते मेरे पास तो मैं आज क्या कमाता, क्या गाता? तो बस वो उन्हीं को डेडिकेट किया था मैंने। और ये बस आप सबका ब्लेसिंग्स है सर, चल रहा है।
चलो, वेरी गुड, विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट। तो आगे
तो आज
चलते
के
हैं
गेस्ट को
आज। जी,
जी सर।
आपको कुछ
आज
कुछ
के
पूछना
गेस्ट,
था मुझसे?
हाँ, आज का जो टॉपिक है सर, वो टॉपिक मुझे क्लियर नहीं हो रहा है। मुझे ऑडियंस को, क्योंकि मेरे पास बहुत सारे मैसेजेस आए कि प्रेम, हर बार जो टॉपिक होता है उसका मुझे पता रहता है कि इस टॉपिक पे, तो मैं चाहता हूँ कि सर आप पहले ये टॉपिक क्लियर करें, फिर आप उस आज के गेस्ट को आप इनवाइट करें।
आज की गेस्ट जो हैं बहुत स्पेशल गेस्ट हैं।
जी
ये उनकी उनकी थॉट है। उन्होंने कहा कि भाई आज मैं ऐसे टॉपिक को लेके आएंगे, स्टडी माइंड, लविंग हार्ट, प्यार और मेडिटेशन, स्पिरिचुअलिटी, उसमें बहुत कूट कूट के भरी हुई है। वेरी यंग एज से उन्होंने ये, इनका लगाव उस तरफ चला गया है। सो ज़्यादा बताने से पहले हम उनको ही स्क्रीन पे बुला लेते हैं। लेट्स वेलकम दिया हिंगोरानी ऑन स्क्रीन। दिया,
Hari
नमस्कार।
Om.
हरिओम।
Namaskar. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for
We
this
are also
opportunity.
excited to see you on this show. Dia
Yes.
Hingorani, you
Yes.
born in Jakarta, brought up
Mm-hmm.
in Hong Kong, and married in Thailand. You've always been looking for something new, growth and development.
Yes.
And same time, you've been working as a teacher.
Teacher
With
in my earlier years. Yes. Before I
yes,
got married. Mm-hmm.
yes. Then now you've been talking to the 1,000 top companies throughout the world, huh? Fortune 1,000, 1,000. You've been doing this one, what, consulting online.
That's right. I
Fantastic.
do training consulting. Yes. It
Yeah,
used to be
very
face to
good.
face, which is a lot easier to do. But now, thanks to COVID, we have to switch online. So you have to move with the times. You have to keep going on.
I just want to know how come at a very early age, because since our program is on spirituality, so we will talk more on that one. And like the way Prem just asked, your the heading of this one, topic of this show today. You
Yep.
chose this one, and I want to know from where did you get this inspiration? How did you lead to this topic? So I
Thank
want to
you
hear
so
from
much.
you.
All right. Thank you so much for asking me this question. When you approached me for this platform, I couldn't say no because spirituality is something that's very close to my heart. It's a journey I started very, very early in life. I was only 7 years old when my mum and my dad sent me off to the Sai Center, the Satya Sai Center of Hong Kong. And I think they sent me there out of convenience because it was right next door. But little did I know that it is going to intrigue me so much, and it has added so much value to my life. It really prepares you for life as you move forward. I think I'm very grateful that I had all these learnings much earlier on. Now, why did I pick Steady Mind, Loving Heart? Great question. I wanted to pick a topic that was relatable to everyone, something everybody can relate with, something that is relevant for our daily lives on a day-to-day basis, minute-to-minute basis, and something that I've been following, something that's close to my heart. So the mind, as the title suggests, is really magnificent. Whatever we think, whatever we say, whatever we do, what we feel, everything comes from the mind. It's like it's the control center. It is the control center, right? Whatever the mind says, we do. So for this reason, I think it's very important that we keep track on what's going on in the mind. Let me give you a few examples. I'm sure a lot of busy working moms will relate with this example. Every day I go to pick my son up from school. I drive there, pick him up. We have this conversation in the car. So how was your day? Tell me more. He'll ask me some questions. I'll ask him some questions. And we have a really nice conversation on the way back home. One fine day, I'm really, really busy. I have just finished a meeting. I have to pack for a flight the next day. I'm running late. I have to go home, see to all these emails. There's so much going on. And there's a lot of halchal. There's a lot going on in my mind. And in the midst of all of this, I have to drive to my son's school and pick him up. Open the door, he jumps in. Mama, how are you doing? Beta, don't talk to me now. I'm very busy. Poor guy's thinking, same mama, same time I finished my school, same time, same car, same everything. What happened to mama today? Why doesn't she want to speak to me? And that differentiating factor is my state of mind. Now, if I'm aware of my state of mind, I know that before I get to school, I'm very busy. Let me center my thoughts. Everything else will happen. Right now, at this point of time, I'm picking up my son. He's the most important thing. Block everything out, focus on 20 minutes driving back home, have that conversation with my son. That's one example. This is one example why I picked state of mind. Another example, let me throw this out to you, is, throughout the day, we meet a lot of people, we have a lot of conversations. Sometimes we're out with our friends, sometimes with our co-workers, and we're discussing a topic and it gets heated. And, there's no sign of agreement, and you basically leave in a discord. This is in the middle of the day. All right, let's say it's about 2 p.m. I come home, and then I'm making tea for someone, or I have work to do. We have dinner with the family. And every time, the entire time in my head is like, but why did she say that? But why did he say that? But why don't they think that, why can't they see it from my point of view? Dinner's also finished. We get to bed also. I'm trying to go to sleep. It's 12 in the night. I'm usually asleep by now. Why is my mind still ringing? But what if this and what if that? And why? So this is something that we face on a daily basis or on a regular basis every now and then. So the reason why I've picked this topic is to serve as a reminder to everyone that the mind controls everything that we're doing. And it is possible for us to recenter ourselves so it doesn't disrupt our daily life. Yes, we may sway from time to time, The mind is known to be a steady flame. We are that steady flame. And yes, sometimes the wind blows. But what is important is that we remember that we need to be still. What is important that we know that there are techniques that we can use to recenter ourselves. And as you know, everything is linked one to the other, right? The mind is connected to the heart. The heart is connected to the whole body. Once you start to steady your mind, you focus your thoughts, everything else follows. And like you said earlier, my technique is what I run to. My constant is meditation. So through meditation, keeping the mind steady, the more you do this, the more your heart is also filled with joy, and therefore steady mind, loving heart.
Yeah, but many people, they say it is impossible to control mind. It is difficult. So you have some tips from your point of view. The viewers are waiting, and you can guide them.
Yes. So absolutely, you may say it is impossible to control the mind. And yes, I think we need to be practical with what we want to do. Do you really want to control your mind, or do you want to steady your mind? Controlling is a long journey, and it would be nice to get there, isn't it? But for now, if we can be aware of our thoughts, and use different techniques through meditation, which we will be talking about further, then certainly where there is a will, there is a way. If you want to do it, you can do it. Are you interested to do it? Do you want? Should we hear from the viewers? Would they like to type into the chat? Would you like to steady your mind?
Yeah, they will type in, and maybe they have some question. No, they will just throw the question on the screen, and
sure.
surely I'll bring it to you.
Sure, absolutely.
See, now when we talk about meditation, mindset, sometimes I want to do it, but the environment, the people surrounding it, they don't give you time for that.
Interesting. There's a few elements over here. We're talking about environment and people giving you time. You create the environment that you're in. When you are into meditation or that positive mindset, when you walk into a room, you bring that positivity with you. If you're not in that mind frame, then you're not walking in with that positivity. You're looking for that energy from others. The truth is that energy, positivity, that love that we are seeking has to come from within. So if that is something you're looking for, you've got to work for it. And better yet, you transfer it onto the people around you.
See, how in a disturbing environment, how you manage
that? That's quite a relevant question, especially now during the COVID times, isn't it? There is a lot going on around us. Unfortunately, a lot of families are under a lot of stress, which is understandable. But at the same time, if everybody does take out a few minutes, or even one person in the house, 2 minutes a day, take it out, calm yourself. Times are hard. You may have lost your job even. It's important to remind yourself that this time will pass. Nothing is permanent. So keep yourself involved, steady your mind. It's all up here, So as we move forward, again, we can definitely talk about steady mind, loving heart.
I think I want to know how you decided that I must do it. You want to do it.
It's a decision that you just make. It's very, I think when there are people who hit a wall, if you're talking about very extreme situations, when you've hit a wall and you have nowhere to go, the only place you can go is within. Right? So in extreme situations, you want to go within. What I really want to talk about and what I would like to suggest is people start this process much earlier. Don't wait until a calamity hits. Don't wait until an extreme situation. Like in my experience, in my life, When I started off at age 7, I went to the Sai Center. I learned lots of mantras, and we did a lot of, discourses on the Gita. We did lots of discussions. And at that very tender age, when all of this is in your mind, and you're studying this, it creates that spark, that curiosity. What is this? And you go deep into it. And as you practice, you actually build a resilience. So when the time comes, you know what to do. For example, growing up, again, as a child, you take all the teachings very literally. Speak no evil, hear no evil, do good, be good, see good, help ever, hurt never, forgive, forget. So as a child, you're very innocent. And I know I was, and I would take everything very literally. It's okay, forgive and forget. Easy, right? It's easy to do when you're 10, when you're 12, when you're 16. And then life really hits, once you enter the working world, once you enter the adult world, the marriage world, the mother, that's when you find out, hold on. And I know I actually challenged every teaching that I grew up with. Like, help ever, hurt ever. This person is walking all over me. On the other hand, you are in a very comfortable position, and sometimes life hits you and you find that, wow, what am I doing? How am I going to do this? And the point is, if you start early in your age, you start to meditate, you build that steady mind. When something hits you, something like COVID, something like a turbulence in a relationship, or like you mentioned, there's a lot of negativity going on around you, you have already reached that state where you know how to shut all of that out, and you know how to keep yourself centered. It's like going into a nightclub. Who's to say that I can't go into a nightclub and still be quite calm and happy on the inside? So again, it's all in the state. It's all in your mind. It's up to you whether you want to do it or not. Saying that I'm in a very negative environment is almost an excuse that need to tell yourself, you know what, if I really want to start a new journey or focus on something, I can do it if I decide to do so.
Just want to ask you, this chanting rituals, does it help you? And how you can tell the viewers it really help us in our daily life. These are the, going to the temple. Sometimes when you come in such a situation, at that time, many people, they say, Bhagwan nahi hai, there's no God. Because why he did to me? Why it happened to me? I see lots of people, they just give up. So chanting, this meditation, as this help. I want your point of view on this one. So what do you say on this one?
Absolutely, it helps. When everything else has given up on you, you need to have faith in yourself, and whether you put your faith in yourself or a higher being, somehow, somewhere you need to find the faith, to keep going. You cannot give up. And again, if you start with meditation much earlier in life, when calamity hits, it's easier for you to stay centered and you know what to do. Say you're in a situation, you're in a really, really dire situation. You didn't have the good fortune of starting off on the journey much earlier. Again, I would say never too late to start. The few forms of meditation that I do rely on, and I can name them for you. Would you like to hear about the different meditations that I use?
Of course, yes, we would like to.
Right.
Yeah.
So there are 5 different types of meditation that I actually run to. The first one is Jyoti meditation.
Jyoti, okay.
Jyoti meditation. Okay, so Jyoti meditation is basically light meditation. It's something that I learned in the Science Center. What we are doing is we are envisioning a light, which we focus on the center of our head, our third eye, as we may call it. And we basically take this flame in our entire body, take the flame down, this effulgent light, this divine light, to your heart, to your whole body, because where there is light, there is no room for darkness. And this light, you then actually expand it around your body, toward your loved ones, toward the world as well. When you said, Uncle, a few minutes ago, you asked me, when you're in a negative environment, what can you do? Jyoti environment, the Jyoti meditation is ideal. And this form of meditation, this is something that we can actually do together as a group, and I can actually guide you how to do this meditation. You don't have to wait for you don't have to wait for negativity and then do meditation. You should be doing it anyways, because the mind is very it can sway. So no matter what, we don't have to wait for a harsh wind to blow, right? Just use meditation, keep it steady, be aware of your thoughts. Where is my mind going? Which leads me to the next form of meditation. So I just spoke very, very briefly on the Jyoti meditation. I won't go further into it now because we can actually do it together later on in this program. The other form, yes.
You said 5. So let's.
We'll do the 5.
Tell the viewers total 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we go one by one. How is it? Step by step?
Sure. So we've got Jyoti meditation.
Yeah.
We've got silent sitting.
Silent sitting, yes.
Silent sitting. We've got japa.
Okay, japa. Naam japa.
Japa. You can jape any mantra, jape.
Yeah. Naam
right?
japa. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right. We've got. Yeah. I like to do the Om as well. Just chanting the Om as many times, really. And then the 5th one is saying mantras.
5th one is mantras.
Yes. So these are the 5 different. Yes.
Okay. Jyoti meditation, silent, japa, Om, and mantras.
Yes.
All right. So now.
All right. So let's
all this thing. Yeah.
All right. So let's visit all of these. Right. So Jyoti meditation, as I said, is basically taking the light within you, surrounding yourself with light, bathing yourself in light, and spreading the light all around you. This is Jyoti meditation. I love this meditation, especially when I'm, in the mood for feeling all that love, filling myself with positive energy. That's when I turn to Jyoti meditation. And then we have the silent sitting. Now, silent sitting can actually be quite tough. A lot of people think that silent sitting means that I don't think about anything. I sit there and I have no thoughts. Now, that's not going to happen. We're human beings. When we sit down and we do silent sitting, we will have thoughts. The important thing with silent sitting is that you actually spend those 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you like, and monitor the thoughts that are going through your mind, right? Whatever positive thoughts go through your mind, it's okay, let them pass. Positivity, let it pass. And then you'll have thoughts that are negative, and that's when you stop. Now, I picked up this technique when I was in my teens from a lecturer. When you have a negative thought enter your mind, stop. Imagine that you've written it down on a piece of paper, or envision that situation on a piece of paper and actually burn that thought. Visualize that you're setting that thought on fire, and basically then it is finished. It's gone. It no longer exists. So you've burned that negative thought. And the practice of this, the more you keep doing this, you will see that over time, less and less negative thoughts actually cross your mind when you sit down to meditate. And this, of course, then translates into your life as well every day. Sometimes what happens is perhaps your child or your husband or your wife, 10 minutes late. How come they're not home yet? Or they're on a flight, they're landing, and half an hour late already, they haven't called yet. And then all sorts of thoughts start crossing your mind. That's when you catch yourself and you stop. You envision these thoughts and you burn it so it no longer exists. Because, a lot of times these manifest. it may not be happening, it may be nothing at all, but you've thought it, you're starting to create it, you're starting to make a reality. Don't forget, thoughts are also things, they take up space. Thoughts are not just thin air, they don't disappear. If you've had the thought, oops, too late. It's there already, it exists now. It exists in the divine books. So it's really important. It's there, so it's really important that, to be aware. And during the, hustle and bustle of the day, you may not be able to do this all the time. If in the practice of it, you can. So that's why, and at the end of the day, or whenever you feel convenient, sit down, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, whatever you can actually conduct, right? And be aware of your thoughts. Look at what thoughts you've had. Burn the negative thoughts. You have no room for them in your life. So that is how I do silent sitting. Right? So the next is japa. Japa is my very lazy day go-to meditation. I don't want to think anything. I don't really have any give or take. I just feel like, okay, it's good for me. Let me just do it. It's a no-brainer for me. So anything, Om Shri Sai Ram, Om Shri Sai Ram, Om Shri Sai Ram, or Vasudeva Sutam Devam, whatever, any chant, Hari Om, just keep chanting it. You're cleansing your system, if nothing else. So personally, for me, this is I'm very tired today. I'm just going to chant and go to sleep. Right? So that's one form. And then the next one, the fourth one, we've got Om. Now, is Om something that you chant regularly, Uncle?
Yes. We start everything with the Om, yes.
Exactly. Right? It's the cosmic vibration. It's the very first sound, vibration, light that created all of existence, really. And it's very, very powerful. A lot of people actually, some people do it right. Some people actually don't do it consciously. We just say Om. Actually, there are 3 stages of Om. A-U-M. Creator, preserver, destroyer. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesha. So when we are saying Om, there's a certain vibration we are creating in our body. There's a certain vibration we want to feel in our body. So when we say it should actually start from the base of our spine. We should feel that in our abdominal area. And it should be a powerful start. And then as we progress to when we sing the we should feel this vibration in our chest, vibrating through our lungs and our heart. And as we progress to this vibration, we should feel in our heads. So in our head, we're going and it tapers off. So the longest is the A, and then you have the U, and then you have the M. From the base all the way up to the top of your head. So that's your Om chanting.
When I get a headache or something, in my brain, whenever I have something, heavy thing going in, so what I do, I close my eyes, close my ear, and I chant this Om, which vibrates the whole brain as if because you cannot put your fingers inside. You cannot, give massage. When you have a headache, you have an arm, your tooth, you use your hand, no? That's called unconditional touch is there. You heal yourself.
Yes.
Self-healing. So when something goes in my mind inside, and I close my eyes, close my ears, and I do the Om. The longer I do, the vibration it goes in my brain is just like tornado.
Exactly.
And after that, you really cool down, and then I get relaxation in this one. That's my experience.
Absolutely. Like you nailed it there. Om has highly healing effects. And really, if you go deep into it, Om is something you can keep talking for 10 sessions. There's so much science behind Om alone. But as a meditation, it's great to start with kids. When you have little kids at home, it's the easiest way to teach them, okay, come on, let's sit down and do Om. And the way when we were trained was like, try and do it for as long as possible. No lazy Om.
Mm-hmm.
And we would all compete with one another in Bal Vikas. We're sitting there cross-legged with our, hands, the Jnana Mudra, and we're going, Om. So everybody's competing. Who can do the longest Om?
Oh, okay.
So
Same
yes.
time, breathing also.
Breathing, it's great for your breathing. It's great for healing because, like you said, you're actually you're creating this vibration in every part of your body. You mentioned you were doing it for your head. You can actually do this for your whole body, and it stimulates every cell in the system. So very, very powerful to do. Om.
Great.
Moving on to the last one is mantras. Now, everybody has different mantras that they like to chant, that they like to say. My go-to mantra, my favorite mantra is the Gayatri mantra. I'm sure a lot of our viewers are familiar with the Gayatri mantra. Mother of all mantras. Did you know that the Gayatri mantra creates 24 different vibrations, 24 different vibrations in different part of the body? So vibration in 24 different parts of the body. So, when people say, just Om Bhurvasvaha, that's it, you're supposed to chant with, really feel it, right? You don't have to imagine where the sound is coming from, but just say each word properly. Again, Gayatri mantra is something that I turn to when I'm looking for power, when I'm looking for, to sharpen my mind, looking for intelligence, because it's been proven scientifically. The Gayatri mantra, there's been so many experiments done where, you can see, they have lab, machines, mechanics, they can see all of this, the vibration changes, the frequencies change around you and within you. So it's not just with you, even the atmosphere around you. And it becomes even more powerful when you say it together in a group. So the Gayatri mantra is something that I turn to as well. So those are the five.
Let's chant at least 3 times. This one we will follow you. You say.
Sure. Yeah. Should we do it together?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to cross my legs, just out of habit. You can do it in any way possible that you like. We'll start with 3 Oms first.
Yeah.
Okay. Feel the vibrations from the base of your spine to the top of your head. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Wonderful. Yes. After doing this one, you're some very good feeling you get out of this one, mantras and this thing. Yes.
You do. You feel more focused, you feel the vibration, you feel sharper. So yeah, again, a very powerful mantra indeed to be saying every day. Now I've read, this is not something we were taught when we were little kids, but the Gayatri mantra is a mantra where we are calling upon the effulgence of the divinity and the light, the sun. So it is best chanted, before sunset. So in the morning, in the day, in the evening is okay. But once it's at night, logically speaking, the sun's gone. So try your best to chant Gayatri mantra in the earlier parts of the day.
Sunrise, afternoon, and then a sunset.
Yes, before
It can be
sunset.
chanted anytime, right?
Technically, when we were taught, we were never given any restrictions. But as a child, I used to read a lot, and in some of the books, and where there's information taken from the Vedas and all, it actually said that there's no point in chanting the Gayatri mantra after sunset.
Okay, this is what
it says, but it's up to you. Not to say that I haven't done it.
No, I've been doing it's in the midnight also when I don't sleep or something. I do sit down to do a meditation. Okay, Gayatri mantras and Om chanting. We've been doing this one, and this is good. Okay, see, this is your point of view, and what you experience. That's what we are sharing, right? Yeah,
absolutely.
What good things you share, and I know. You are so much in a spirituality, and at the same time you are in a business, you are consulting, you are mother, you are in a society, how you know. So I know it very well. So this is where what we are here to share our point of view, our thoughts, and our experience with the viewers. That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Good. Okay. So now I would like to hear. I know you're a good singer too. You do the bhajans and some commenting and this thing.
Well, I mean, on the topic today, I guess if we are talking about light and keeping that light burning, this brings a song to my mind. It's also a Sai bhajan. Aao hum sab milkar दीप से दीप जलाए, आओ हम सब मिलकर दीप से दीप जलाए, सत्य दीप साईं ने जलाया, सत्य दीप साईं ने जलाया, हम मन का दीप जलाए, हम मन का दीप जलाए, आओ हम सब मिलकर दीप से दीप जलाए. On this topic.
Wonderful. Yes. Deep se deep jalaye. Oh, there is another song also, no? ज्योत से ज्योत जलाएं, ये दीप से दीप जलाएं.
ज्योत से ज्योत जलाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा जलाते चलो. So this actually brings me to a very nice segue to the next part, actually, because all this while we're talking about the mind, keeping the mind steady, focusing on your thoughts, being aware of what is crossing your mind, knowing some techniques, such as meditation, to be able to center your mind when you have a need. Once you start doing this regularly, you start chanting, you do the mantras, you keep your mind still, one thing is connected to the other. So once you do this, it also leads your heart, when your mind is calmer, your heart is also calmer. Your heart is more filled with joy. I've been asked, you asked me if meditation works, right? How do you know? What's your experience? So as you know, I've been meditating since the age of 7. Now, how I started this was, as kids, like I said, we take everything literally. And for one of the sessions, we talked about kama, krodha, lobha, moha, etc. So I started, I had an incident in school, and I came home and I thought to myself, oh my God, I can get angry. That's not good. I'm not going to be successful. So, that's how I actually thought, no, I must meditate. And I started meditating every day. And this incident I'm talking about, maybe I was 9 or 10 years old. And every day I meditated, morning and night. And at that time, I didn't even know the Gayatri mantra. I was just an innocent child sitting down, praying to God, saying, please take away my anger. I don't want to be an angry person. I want to be successful. And from that, of course, all these different techniques built on. When I hit, as I've gone through life, let me rephrase that, as I've gone through life and I've held on to this meditation, at different points of my life, different people, different countries, different stages of my life, I've been asked this one question constantly. And the question is, why are you so happy? Why are you so happy? I was asked this when I was 17, when I was 20. I'm now over 40 years old, and I still get asked that question. Why are you so happy? And they look at me as if I'm weird, or they look at me as if, are you pretending? And my answer to them is, I am happy. I am very happy. This is happy. And, by keeping the mind still, by meditating, it's like a domino effect. Everything else follows through. My mind is still, right? I'm in control of my situations. My heart is now filled with joy, filled with light. You may call it love, light, happiness, joy, whatever you want. But it's this feeling. It's this big feeling of expansion where I feel like I have so much. When I walk into the room in my house, I want to fill the entire energy in my house with this love. When I am cooking a meal for my child, for my family, this energy translates. The food that they're eating, okay, it nourishes their body. But that love, that energy, that mantra that I am saying when I'm cooking that meal, that is nourishing my child, my family spiritually. When you talk about, there's a negative energy in my house, how can I do this? You start. Don't wait for others to give you that energy.
Okay.
Right? Simple things. If you're feeling the love, you can spread the love. Simple things that you're doing on your daily basis, put your energy into it.
So you mean to say joy is portable?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's an
carry
energy.
Everywhere. Yeah,
you can carry it everywhere. You can even send it across country.
my thought on my phone is that cultivate happiness.
Correct.
Yes, that's right.
And
happiness.
And honestly, please go ahead.
Cultivate is a happiness which it comes from inside. I always say it's inside. When you and then when you give, you get some more happiness.
Absolutely, it only grows.
Yeah,
it only grows. And this actually reminds me of another bhajan that we sing. It's in English.
Okay, go ahead.
Can I see love before me without the love within? Can I see joy before me without the joy within? Can I see sigh before me without the sigh within? Can I see peace before me without the peace within? I must love one and all as the Lord loves me. I must serve one and all as the Lord serves me. If the love that I give can be love divine, I know the love of the Lord will be mine. It all starts with you.
Yeah, it starts from us. Yeah, when we say it's from me.
And this is why state of mind. It's here. It's here. It's with you. You control this. The same situation, no matter how dire it is, the experiences will come. This is what life is about. Life is all about throwing experiences at us. If we didn't have experiences, we did nothing in our lives. When the life experience comes, how you react to it, how you respond to it, that all starts here. So look after this and everything follows.
Just now you said throw. So I just imagine throwing the ball, right? The harder we throw, it comes back, and that's feedback. You throw the love in society, and you get the love from the society, from the family, from this one. Yes, and most of the time we forget how to throw. If you throw like this, so you get it like this. But if you throw like this, so you get that way.
Absolutely. I don't know if we have anybody from corporate here, but we have something called the law of reciprocity. The law of reciprocity. So if you want something, you have to give it first. And then you see how it happens. And in COVID times, I know we have a lot of, new chefs at home, and you'll notice that a lot of people are starting to share food as well. You send out something, you'll see it'll come back to you in a different form of love.
That's right.
पपनी सर, मैम ने बहुत अच्छा आज मैंने जो भी सुना एक यूनिक ही था, और कुछ कमेंट्स भी आए, मुझे पर्सनल मैसेज कर रहे हैं लोग कि आप प्रेम आज पूरा इंग्लिश में एपिसोड चलाएगा क्या? मैंने कहा मैं थोड़ी और मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगा कि हमारे साथ अभी जुड़ चुके हैं सिमरन आहूजा जी, जो कि खुद भी स्पिरिचुअल में बहुत ही जानकारी रखते हैं। तो मैं चाहूंगा कि वो हमारे साथ स्क्रीन शेयर करें। तो वेलकम करते हैं सिमरन आहूजा।
नमस्कार, welcome to the show. Long waiting. Yes.
Pavni Thakur sir, it is so amazing, and Diya, so absolutely heartfelt, and your conversation, your words to really get started with thyself. I think it's completely overwhelming, and as Prem mentioned, he's receiving message, and which is really the truth. So he was like constantly like, "Are you having fun?" I said, "I'm on the top of the world. So let me enjoy what she has to say, and then of course I'll always add on and join in." Such a pleasure being here. At first, you're looking so lovely, Diya, and it's the divine which always reflects. And Papni Thakur sir, such a pleasure. Absolutely. A feeling of, feeling on the top of the world. The best version, especially where you talk about you, thyself, spirituality, and the self. I think there can't be anything more than this. And Prem, congratulations on your album launch.
Same to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Simran. And I want to ask one question. I want Diya to share her early stage when you start helping children with the disabilities, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yes. I want you to share with our audience this one. How did you
I'd be delighted
this one? Yeah,
again, I think if there's
relate to our topic, no? Loving heart.
Yes. If there's anything that's closer to my heart than spirituality, it is working with kids and individuals with, now we call it diffabilities. So in the initial days, where unfortunately kids who were born with certain, Down syndrome or autism or ADHD were actually left out of society, right? That was the time when they were referred to as disabled. And now, because people are more aware, there's a lot more sort of avenues to bring the best out in these individuals. We now refer to it as diffabilities, different abilities, right? So different abilities, right? So my journey again started off very, very early with diffabilities. My dear, lovely, larger than life sister in Hong Kong, Bhavna, was born with Down syndrome. And very early, she brought huge sunshine into our lives. If at all I have any patience, it's because she taught me. And because I grew with her, and I would attend with my mom and dad and my sister all these different functions, school events, and I learned how you can actually teach kids with disabilities to be independent. My sister, who is Down syndrome, she is a 30-some-year-old today. But by the age of 20, she was using the public transport by herself. She was on the train by herself. She goes to a center by herself. She now has part-time jobs even. So given the right support, the right avenues, you can definitely empower these individuals to have a good life for themselves. With them, it's not about how much money I can make. It's about survival and living well, and living, with the awareness of, I can do this. Love and technique, I would say, right? Love, support, and show them the right ways, the techniques, and they can definitely create a good life for themselves.
Okay, Dia, what message you want to give it to the youth and mothers? Since I know you have seen the roller coaster ride in your life. You are well experienced, and you are the right person to guide the people. Towards spirituality, towards daily life in this bustling life.
I would say, is this the closing message? So I'll pick my message accordingly.
No, you can.
First and foremost, to the youth today, I would say to spend a few minutes every day to ensure that you know what's going on in your mind. Don't wait for a storm to hit, right? When the storm hits, sometimes you don't know what to do. Start off being aware with your thought, your word, your deed, your feelings. Be aware, make sure they're all aligned, right? Try your best. We're not human beings. And this reminds me of a quote by Sai. Dust you think of, dust you become. God you think of, God you become. Thoughts are things. As you think, so you become. So come what may, no matter what comes your way, stay positive. Don't let that light in your heart ever be dull. You maintain that, and everything come what may, you will succumb it all. You will definitely pass every hurdle. And something very practical, support everybody in your house. I mean, we talk about practical examples, again, going back to, I hear a lot of people saying, she is like that, or he is like that, or she did this and he did that. Ye to chalta hi rehta hai. It doesn't matter whether it's your elders or your youngers or your peers. Where there are people, there will be differences. And look at differences as a good thing. When you look at something from different points of view, you actually grow. If you're stuck to your point, no, I'm only correct, and you don't bend, you break. So support the people around you, come what may. It's a difficult time right now as well. Keep spreading your love and your light, and stay steady. That's what I would say.
Okay, thank you, Dia. Simran, what do you will say on this one?
Oh, absolutely wonderful listening to you, Dia. So I'll just like to continue with what Dia said. Here, what we call them is specially abled children, because I've been doing shows on a regular basis for all of them. So right from, participating in beauty pageants to runways to, talent, competitions where they're all a part of it. And yes, this is absolutely true. They are specially able because they have special qualities which not even we possess. So this is what I've personally experienced with all of them. And I've been working on a regular basis with quite a few schools as well, and it's been such a beautiful feeling altogether to be with them and to realize that what their potential is and what their life is. Their life is full of warmth, love, and happiness, because they enjoy and they relish every single happiness they get. And I think this is the best thing, what I've learned from them. So Dia, your name itself is Dia. और हम हमेशा देने में विश्वास करते हैं, and you are as a Dia in everyone's life. So I think you've been born for that. So it's such a blessing to have such a beautiful name, to actually be a lighting, a bright light, a lighting ray of the sun in someone's life. Yes, Papni Thakur said absolutely correct. It is such a beautiful feeling of having and realizing that, a beautiful heart, right from humbleness. I just want to share with you a beautiful example. I just hosted day before yesterday at Delhi, the Miss Supermodel. And, we always think it's always about the aesthetic beauty, but how important even beauty pageants have changed across the world, where we look forward to that kind heart. We always look forward to that humble heart which really matters the most nowadays for the beauty pageant as a winner too. And, right from the kind of work that they do, it could be towards the beginning, just for the sake of it, that, it's a pre-condition, it's a prenuptial agreement that you need to really do some social work. But towards the end, you do realize and you do naturally get that love and warmth, and it happens in everyone's lives. So, as Dia said, yes, you need to really take care of everyone in the family. Actually, yeah, just be of help to everyone who comes to you. And I think life will give you what you want. Not with the intention of you getting and then you doing it, but I think this will be a way of life very soon. Once the realization comes, once you realize the grace, the divine love within you, I think it is just a phenomena. And without even realizing, it will be a natural trait in you that you are just there for others, just there for people. So it is such a beautiful feeling that, such conversations, Papni Thakur sir, that you come up with makes everyone realize. So we get into the Maya ka jal, the chakkar, for 6 days, and we come back here, we realize, yes, we need to really tune our mind. And this is a reminder for all of us, and we all are sailing in the same boat. So it's a beautiful reminder for all of us to realize that, we are actually spiritual souls experiencing this human experience. And I think there can't be anything better beyond this, that practically, we are meeting such beautiful souls like we have Dia today. And Papni Thakur sir, you yourself, the kind of deeds that you and your entire organization does, I think is a beautiful learning experience. So wherever you are in the world and you're watching us, I think it's a beautiful feeling that we're all connected. And the connection is only to that divine light. So always feel on the bright side. And I'm going to take this from Dia. No matter what, just be very positive, and the thoughts should always be positive. And of course, always allowing you to be the best version.
Yeah, I always say we must do unconditionally, unconditional love and unconditional work. Like Dia said, okay, just help out. Especially, you must start from yourself first, then your family, then neighbor, then the building guards building this thing, what you call those who are helping you out. Then you bring the circle around bigger and bigger. It has to be totally unconditional. Like I'm connected with few organizations like Lions Club, Indian Association of Thailand, Sindhi Association of Thailand. Okay, what we do whole day during the pandemic time, we are trying to reach out to the people, those who cannot. Okay, some people are getting, they want medicines, we provide the medicine. Some people are not getting their vaccination on time, we help them out to this one. Many people are tested positive, they need to go to hospital, we try to get them bed in a hospital. It's whatever means totally unconditional. I don't know who's calling me in the morning, evening, we try to help them out. So say before we preaching, we must start from ourselves, right?
All begins at home.
First. Yes, that's right. Yes. Your final remarks. Okay, last one.
Well, actually, I don't know if we have enough time, but I was hoping to actually lead a Jyoti meditation. It seems like this may be something new for some of our, right? Okay, great. Yeah. So this will probably take about 5 to 6 minutes. And I'm going to lead the meditation. And just try and follow. If your thoughts waver, it's perfectly all right. Just bring them back. All right.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So I like the Jnana Mudra. Basically, what this represents is your thumb is the divinity within you. It is the superior soul. All right, God, divine nature, whatever you'd like to call it. The pointer finger is you, the individual soul. And the 3 fingers are the 3 gunas, the Rajas, Tamas, Sattvic. Sattvic first. Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. All right. So what we're doing is we're moving away from these qualities and we are joining with the divine. All right. This is why we do this mudra when we are meditating. Right. The other thing this does is that it actually creates an energy circuit, so that we are creating this energy flow within our body. All right. So if you'd like to, you can use this mudra. If you can sit with your legs crossed, please feel free to do so. Back straight, neck straight, head straight. If you can't, no problem. Use a wall behind you to help. Try your best. All right. Now, before we start, again, make sure that you are breathing evenly and steadily. No need to do it artificially. Don't force it upon yourself. Just breathe as you would. Beautiful posture, Simranji. All right, breathe evenly and relax. Now, close your eyes. Close your eyes and visualize a flame on a candle. The flame is a beautiful golden color. Bring this flame now to the center of your forehead, in the middle of your eyebrows, to around where the third eye is. Imagine that this light is filling your forehead with divine love. Take this light slowly down your throat, moving it close to your heart, in the center of the body, close to your heart. And imagine that there is a lotus flower waiting there to receive the flame. As the flame reaches this lotus flower, imagine that this flower opens up petal by petal, one by one, blooming beautifully. Your heart is now filled with love. Your heart is filled with divinity. Think that where there is light, there is love. Now, imagine that this light is growing bigger, brighter, and radiating down your shoulders, down your arms, to your hands. Your hands are now filled with light. Now think, these hands will only perform good deeds. Imagine now that the light is radiating brighter, moving down your body, down your legs, to your feet. Your feet are now filled with light. Now think, I will only walk to good places and meet with good people. Imagine this light now expanding from your heart upwards to your throat and your tongue. Your throat and your tongue are now filled with light. Now think, I will only speak softly. I will only speak the truth and what is necessary and useful. Spread this light now to both of your ears. Your ears are now filled with light. Now think, I will only hear good things, and there is no room for negativity. The light is now moving up to your eyes. Imagine that your eyes are being illuminated with light, and think, I will only see good in all things. The light is now moving up to your head, purifying your mind. There is light spreading all around your head and your mind. And think, where there is light, there is no room for darkness. I will only have good thoughts. This light is now growing more intensely. Imagine this light surrounding your whole body. You are now filled with light. Take this light and spread this love and this light to your loved ones, your mother, your father, your family members, your spouse, your children. Feel this love spreading to your loved ones near and far. It knows no boundaries. Spread this love all across the world. The world is full of light. Every living being is full of light. Take this light and expand it all over the universe. Now there is only light. Now think, I am in the light. The light is in me. I am the light. The light is me. You are now one with the light. Feel the expansion in your body. Slowly, steadily, now bring the light back to the source. You are the source of the light. Bring it back to your lotus heart, your spiritual heart, and take it back up your throat to your forehead where you started your meditation. You are now filled with light. Asato ma satgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityoma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Slowly open your eyes.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you very much, Nia.
The idea is that you carry this energy with you everywhere you go.
Sir,
And we have a guest from Chile, Dr. Mohan ji.
नहीं पपनी सर, पहले मैं कुछ कहना चाहूंगा आपको कि जैसे अभी 15 अगस्त गई थी हमारी इंडिया में, उस दिन आपको पता हो तो हम जहाँ आनंदपुरी हैं हम तो श्री गुरु महाराज जी की छठी पातशाही जो थे उनका जन्मदिन था उस दिन। तो मैंने कुछ किया नहीं था क्योंकि मैं थोड़ा बिजी था। तो मैं कुछ अभी ये स्पिरिचुअल प्लेटफॉर्म है तो मैं चाहूंगा कि एक भजन में उनको डेडिकेट करूं, फिर हमारे गेस्ट को भी बुलाते हैं। मैं पहले बुलाई चिली अमेरिका से मोहन कुंदनदास को भी।
नमस्ते, जय झूलेलाल।
वेलकम टू द शो।
थैंक यू वेरी मच। रियली मैं ॾाढो रिलैक्स थी वियो। मां खुद बैक स्टेज ते वेठो हुयसि।
हिंदी सर, हिंदी।
हाँ, रियली हमें बहुत रिलैक्स हो गया, रिलैक्स माइंड हो गया, पीस ऑफ माइंड जैसे मिलती है। जैसे जैसे आप कह रहे थे वैसे वैसे हम फील कर रहे थे।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
आई एम सो ग्लैड। बहुत खुशी हुई कि आपने फॉलो किया और आप अभी अच्छे फील कर रहे हैं। सॉरी, माय हिंदी इज वेरी उटपटांग।
थैंक यू बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। हमें खुद अभी हिंदी कम बोलते हैं क्योंकि यहाँ पर स्पेनिश कंट्री है, तो यहाँ पर 30 सालों से स्पेनिश ही बोल रहे हैं, तो प्रैक्टिस कम हो रही है इंग्लिश की और हिंदी की।
जी अभी प्रेम भैया अभी एक भजन सुनाएंगे।
हाँ, भजन के बाद फिर प्रोग्राम के समाप्ति पे जाएंगे। तो जैसे कि अभी भी पूरा मैंने सुना आज जो भी अनकंडीशनल लव, अनकंडीशनल जो भी था, तो वैसे ही हम सब अपने अपने गुरु जी को मानते हैं। इष्ट देव एक अलग जगह पे हैं और गुरु जी एक अलग जगह पे हैं। गुरु बिना ज्ञान नहीं है। तो मैं उन्हीं सभी के गुरु के लिए कहूंगा कि सतगुरु मैं तेरी पतंग, बाबा मैं तेरी पतंग, हवा में उड़ती जावांगी, ओ बाबा दूर हथों छड्डी ना मैं कट्टी जावांगी। सतगुरु मैं तेरी पतंग, एना कमला चरना नालो मैनू दूर हटाई ना, बाबा दूर हटाई ना। इस झूठे जग के अंदर मेरा पेचा लाई ना, बाबा पेचा लाई ना, बाबा पेचा लाई ना। जे कट गई ता सतगुर, जे कट गई ता बाबा फिर मैं लुट्टी जावांगी, ओ बाबा दूर हथों छड्डी ना मैं कट्टी जावांगी। हाँ सतगुरु मैं तेरी पतंग। तो बस हमारी दौर ऊपर वाले के हाथ में रखनी है हमें, और वही चला रहा है, वही हमारी पतंग उड़ा रहा है। इस भजन का वही मोटो था। तो अपने अपने सतगुरु को जो भी जहां भी मानता है, जैसे भी मानता है मानो, और बस थोड़ा मेडिटेशन करो। आज मुझे अंदर से हुआ कि नहीं मेडिटेशन करना चाहिए। मैं करता नहीं हूँ मेडिटेशन, खाली रियाज करता हूँ मैं, लेकिन एक रियाज भी एक मेडिटेशन ही है। बट आपने जो आज बताया वो, उस बारे में थोड़ा सोचूंगा मैं अभी डीपली जाके। तो अपने
ट्राई कीजिए।
Yeah, meditation is a medication, no? It's another. The more you do meditation, you will be away from medications.
Medicines, yes.
Medicines,
That's why I said, try not to get to that point. Start earlier.
That's right. That's right. Okay. I wish you everybody happy stay. Take care of yourself during pandemic. Everybody should stay safe. And viewers, we'll come back again on next Tuesday. Thank you very much, Dia. Thank you very much, Dr. Mohan Soni. Thank you, Prem, for conducting this show. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Okay, good night.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.